Hey, Fight fans, it's Michelle Joy Phelps, and I am joined now with Dave Coldwell, one of my faves. How are you doing?
I'm all right, thanks. How are you?
I'm good, I'm good.
I didn't realise you've been in England for so long.
Yep. You know I moved here.
No, you haven't.
Okay.
Really? You haven't?
No, but maybe. Or maybe not, but maybe. I don't know. We'll see.
Because it's sunshine.
Dude, today's such a nice day. It almost makes me wish I had worn short sleeves so I could maybe get a little bit of a tan. This is probably like the third time, maybe fourth time since being here that there was decent weather.
It's probably only about the 10th time in my life.
So what's going on?
Just busy. Big fight weekend.
We were just talking about sides.
No, you was.
No, you were.
No, you was.
Dave, tell the fight fans what your good side is.
Not this one. Hang on. That one.
Stop it. Okay, so you don't want to talk about it. Okay, it's fine. We were just having a pre-con. Okay, all right. Anyways, we got a big fight coming up this weekend. Pretty excited about it. Kell Brook, Spence. How do you see that going?
I can't wait for this fight. This is, as a fan, I'm lucky enough to work in boxing, but I'm a fan.
Yeah.
First and foremost, I'm a fan. And, I've got some business on the show earlier on. I've got Anthony Fowler on, Lewis Taylor on. Once they're out of the way, then I can sit back and enjoy this as a fan because it's a pick and fight. For me, it's two fighters that are in the prime, two elite fighters, and two of the top three in the division. And they're going head to head, outdoors in a football stadium, and the sun's going to be shining, so it's going to be warm. By the time
it's supposed to be 78 degrees that day.
For England, that's like great.
Oh my God, it's
that's
amazing.
Like great.
Are you kidding me?
But I'm looking forward to it. I think it's going to be a great night. And from our side of things, touch wood, Kell Brook pulls off the win.
All right, so a lot of people were making a big deal of his weight.
Yeah, I'm one of them.
Okay. I heard you on the Sky Sports toe-to-toe, so I was listening to you this morning. Yeah. So obviously a lot of people were making a big issue of the weight, rightfully so. We know that he walks around naturally about 175, 180 pounds, but also his eye. Do you think the eye is going to be a big issue?
No, I don't think the eye is going to be an issue at all. As far as Kell's concerned, he'll just think he's like Terminator. He had a lot of metal underneath, a lot of steel underneath that skin. So yeah, I don't think the eye is going to be an issue. More so for me, more so the weight. As long as he, once he's made that weight, it feels great.
Yeah.
Replenishes and it feels great. That's a major factor in the fight that's gone. Because in a fight where they're so evenly matched and their attitudes are both the same, nobody's coming to give it a go. They're both expecting to win. They're both expecting to put on a performance. And I think they're both expecting to get the knockout. In a fight like that, then there's little things that can affect the fight, and small margins. Weight's one of them.
Yeah.
And if Kell makes the weight fine, then that's a big weight off his shoulders, literally. The next one for me is stopping Spence from getting to his body.
Yep.
Because Spence for me is one of, especially of the new breed of fighters, is the best fighter out there as far as body punches go. And it's effortless. It flows and he digs the shots in. Every shot's hard, but it's not loaded up. I think he's a very good fighter, a very dangerous fighter. But if Kell can control that, because Kell's got good feet, the Ingle gym, they've all got good feet, and if Kell can control the range and stop Spence from getting there, then for me Kell wins the fight. But they're two major factors in the fight, so it's a swing. If he can't stop Spence from getting in the body, and Spence can implement that, then he's in for a really tough night, and it could go wrong.
Were you surprised that a lot of people have Errol as the favorite? Because I know that bookies have Errol as the favorite, as the.
To be honest, I don't pay much attention to bookies because that's just on.
But just being that he's not the champion, he hasn't faced the level of opposition that Kell has, so it just makes you kind of wonder, like, okay, they must really rate him highly.
Well, he is rated highly.
He is. I get that, but because he's still a prospect in comparison to the champion.
Yeah, but don't forget, he is being bred and he's being seen in America and by a lot of people over here, myself included, I see him as the future of boxing.
Absolutely.
Definitely a future.
I've heard about him way back when, like we were hearing Errol Spence, and I was like, man, who is this kid? And then eventually I met him, and I was like, oh, so that's the next big thing.
That's the same. I mean, I've heard about him.
They call him the truth.
Years. So I've always kept an eye on him, and I've watched his development and seen how he's coming along. So really, if you're being bred as another superstar, then really, I can understand why a lot of people have bought into it. The only problem is that it's not proven yet. You know, the issues are Algieri and Bundu, 156-year-old Bundu. They're his two biggest wins. Now, you can't compare them to Kell Brook. Algieri, the minute he got hit and felt Spencer's pressure, Spencer's power, he got on his bike and he wasn't trying to win. He was trying to hang in there and tough it out. We know for a fact what happens when Kell Brook's in a tough spot. Sean Porter, that's such an underrated win. Such an underrated win, because look at what he's done since. You know, it wasn't. You know, he didn't just go away and go into the sunset. You know, Sean Porter's proved since what a fighter he is. So that's a big win. Porter can punch. Porter made it a hard, grueling fight that isn't Kell Brook's type of fight, and Kell dug it out and got the win away in America. Came back over here, and then you go forward to Golovkin. Now, for me, Kell's confidence has got to be at an all-time high. People say, oh, do you think the loss is going to affect him? I think it is in a positive way, because for me it's got to be an all-time high, because he's watched all these middleweights, good middleweights, getting smashed to bits by Golovkin, all sprawled out on the floor, all going down, getting knocked out in bad ways. And then Kell Brook stepped up, stood toe-to-toe with him and went at it with him and got hit with some bombs. Never went down.
Right?
Never went down. So for me, as a fighter, you've got to be thinking, wow, I can have it. I can stand there and have a tear up. You know, he's got a chin. And he was rattling shots off on Golovkin as well. Now, can Errol Spence do that? We don't know yet. You know, well, what I do know is what I've seen. I've seen him early on in his career when he got hit with a shot, and his legs did a funny dance. His legs totally stiffened up, and he was hurt. You know, so we know that Errol Spence can get hurt. So if Kell Brook catches him with that kind of shot, does Kell Brook put him to sleep or put him in a bad way, drops him, finishes him? We don't know yet. But as far as picking the fight's concerned, I am genuinely like that, because it's such a great fight and I can see both men winning the fight. But if I'm going to go on what's proven, then for me, Kell Brook's proven himself more. One of my gut feelings about this fight when it was made was, I thought, oh, maybe it's 2 fights early for Errol Spence. Maybe 2 fights, because he's had the tests where people. It's about how good can he look against Algieri. It was never about Algieri possibly beating him. Never. Even in the States, you couldn't have thought that Algieri was going to beat him. It was like, oh, can he do a better job than Manny Pacquiao? Can he get rid of him? Bundu, can he stop Bundu? It was never a thought that Bundu at his age was gonna beat him. So he's not fought a guy yet that people have expected. Oh, he could beat him. That's a big thing for me.
Yeah.
It's a big thing fighting a guy that's come to give it a go, see what you're like. Oh, he's too good for me. I'm going to get through this, and fighting a guy that 100% believes he's going to smash your face in and knock you out. That's a big thing. And Errol Spence not fought anyone like that yet before. So this is his test. So we don't know. We don't know. He may be ready right now, but I personally think they should have waited another 2 fights.
Okay. Hey Fight fans, it's Michelle Joy Phelps, and if you haven't already subscribed to my YouTube channel, make sure you go ahead and do so by clicking right here.